What's up, peeps? Julian Williams here at The Distance. Got a video for you guys. It's an open letter to Steve Bunce. Pretty much, we all know what's going down. If you pretty much followed Twitter over the last few hours or the last 24 hours, you know, we all know that there's a thing going on with Steve Bunce and Wingy, UK Wing Chun student. Pretty much, you know, it was a Twitter thing going on with both of them. I was able to look at all the comments and all the tweets and stuff, and pretty much I'm just going to throw in my 2 cents. I don't make videos like this no more. And the reason I don't make videos like this is because I try to stay out of all these YouTube box community issues. I just stay out of it these days. Because to be honest with you, like, if everybody wants to make a video about something, then I just shy away from it and just do my own thing. But I'm just going to make a video. I did mention on Twitter I was going to make a video about it. Because I kind of had to think about it. Did I want to sit here? Did I want to say something? Or did I not? But just overall, just looking over it, the cliff notes that I pretty much get for this one is Steve Bunce just holds himself as this top hierarchy boxing analyst, and you know, and he's a real fan of the sport because he's a journalist and has all these years of experience in the sport. And all of us on YouTube, he can't bear to watch us because his opinion is the only opinion that matters, just that and the third. But coincidentally, and this is just for me being that I live in the United States, I discovered Steve Bunce on YouTube because I have no other way of ever watching him on TV. So I have to watch YouTube to get commentary from Steve Bunce. Quite interesting. That's the way I myself had discovered Steve Bunce, and this was about five or 6 years ago, because I'd never heard of him before. And when I started to get deeper into the sport, I started to listen to him a little bit more. But something I noticed about him is he definitely likes to swing on the nuts of some of the domestic fighters out in the UK. Fighters that, you know, he just loves. I know he was a big David Haye nut hugger. He was also a nut hugger Nigel Benn. If you ever listen to the commentary of Steve Bunce after the Ben versus McClellan fight, be sure to give that a listen, because you know, I could tell you, even despite the tragedy, it probably was one of the best comebacks in UK boxing history. It probably was. But at the same time, listening to the video, you could tell he was lying, because he said something about Gerald McClellan got in a plane and something like that, and had a brain clot or something, had a blood clot or something like that. But I thought Gerald McClellan was in a coma right after the fight. That just makes you kind of question, in those 30 years, his credibility. Now, I'm just saying, me, myself, I have no credibility. I don't go to live fights. I don't have 30 years of experience watching boxing. You know, I'm just a guy on YouTube with 1,555 subscribers, with over 600,000 views. That just has a, I guess, uneducated opinion. But just to let you know, Mr. Bunce, just because you have 30 years of experience going to fights, because it's your job, and because you get paid hundreds of millions of pounds in English currency to go to these fights and state your opinion and read this teleprompter and feed the lines that these broadcasters are feeding to you, just remember, you know, your experience is much better than ours. I'm just saying. But just honestly, Mr. Bunce, just because you watch boxing or have 30 years of professional experience with journalism in the sport doesn't mean that you're more knowledgeable than the next guy. That just means that you've been sitting in front of your TV watching boxing for 30 years, or been going to fights for 30 years. Hell, Larry Merchant been going to fights for 30, 40 years, you know, and you could tell there's a political agenda behind him from time to time. But just overall, none of us on YouTube proclaim to be boxing experts. You know, we don't have to go in and make money in the sport to be an expert. We just love the sport. That's why we're on YouTube. And this is our lane, because we don't have hundreds of thousands of people watching this every week. Maybe a few hundred. Whatever. I'm not an expert. Wingy's not an expert, but I can tell you this. All of us are passionate about this damn sport. I am. Wingy is. 78 Fight News, passionate about the sport. Blood Boxing, passionate about the sport. EBN, passionate about the sport. Box Spread, passionate about this damn sport. Slideways 100, passionate. All kinds of people on this YouTube site is definitely passionate about the sport. We share the same passion for boxing just as much as you do, but we don't get paid millions to just stand on the screen and read a teleprompter. Now, you might be able to do it. You might, and it's great because you succeeded at it. At being a political, agenda setting jackass. So, here's what it is. But I'm still a fan, Mr. Bunce. And thanks for watching, peeps. That was Distance. I'm out of here. Peace.